Before Buenos Aires had a pink presidential building, this exact spot was something completely different. Imagine this: a shoreline, a fortress, and the center of colonial power, all layered on top of each other over centuries. Buildings were demolished, rebuilt, transformed, until one of Argentina's most iconic landmarks finally emerged: La Casa Rosada. Welcome to Argentina in English, where you discover Argentina while training your English listening. You know what always happens to me? Every time I walk past the Casa Rosada, I slow down. I just stand there looking at it because honestly, it feels simply grand. And what fascinates me the most is that behind those pink walls, there isn't just one story. There are layers of history stacked on top of each other. So today, let me take you back to a time before the building was pink, before it even existed. Okay, imagine Buenos Aires in the late 16th century. This area wasn't a plaza yet. It was right on the shoreline of the Rio de la Plata. A defensive fort was built here to protect the young city from attacks arriving by river. But here's the interesting part. It didn't stay just a military structure for long. It quickly became the center of colonial authority, where power and decision-making were concentrated. Over time, the original structure was replaced by a stronger fortress known as the Castle of San Miguel. And at this point, something shifted. The site wasn't only about defending the city anymore, it was about governing it. And if there's one thing to notice about this place, it never stops changing. After Argentina's independence, architectural additions gave it a more institutional look, reflecting a new nation trying to define itself. Later, the old fort was demolished to build a massive customs house, which tells you something very important. Buenos Aires was becoming a modern port city connected to global trade. By the late 19th century, two separate buildings stood there, the government house and the central post office. Instead of replacing them again, a bold decision was made. They would merge into one monumental building. Italian architect Francesco Tamburini designed the transformation, creating a central arch that visually united both structures. And from that moment, the Casa Rosada as we know it began to take shape. And yes, this is a question everyone asks. Why pink? One theory says the colors symbolize unity between historic political factions, red and white, representing reconciliation. Another explanation is more practical. Lime mixed with ox blood used as waterproof paint created a pink tone. Historians still debate which version is true. But honestly, it doesn't matter. It's part of the mystery, and it's pretty. Many people assume this is where the president lives, but actually it's primarily a workplace. Meetings, announcements, daily government activity all happen here, while the official residence is located elsewhere, at Quinta de Olivos. And inside, history feels almost alive. The Salón Blanco, or Whitehall, is where presidential ceremonies and historic announcements take place. There's also the famous Rivadavia chair, named after Argentina's first president, Bernardino Rivadavia, who interestingly never used it. And the Hall of Bust reflects how history continues to be interpreted through politics, with sculptures of Argentine presidents displayed there. Today, guided tours allow visitors to step into these spaces and feel that history firsthand. So next time you see the Casa Rosada, remember you're not just looking at a government building. You're looking at centuries layered together, a colonial fort, a growing port city, and a modern nation taking shape. Even today, beneath the pink walls, traces of earlier structures remain, hidden history supporting the present. Thanks for being here. See you in the next episode of Argentina in English.